The tallest of mountains, the greatest of peaks, is a painting of nature. And nature does speak. The roads snake together. The paths converge. When a mission is born, watch a dream emerge. A dream to go far and beyond, and a message to give back, in four wheels with a soul that leave responsible tracks. To give gratitude to all that is, and preserve what will be. This beauty will live on if the journey starts with me. Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better, they say. But with humans depleting Mother Earth of its every last resource, we have become the last generation that can save the planet. The need to highlight this message brought together two strangers. Mountaineer Padma Shri Ajit Bajaj and adventure lover Varun Mitra. They took the phrase "Go Green" to impossible heights. But the real hero of this story is their third travel partner, India's first fully electric SUV, the Hyundai KONA Electric, that carried the green initiative all the way to Mount Everest North Base Camp. It is time for Mission Impossible, an initiative by Hyundai and Discovery.
Nature has always been my protecting force. But with global warming at its peak, my past expeditions have also aimed at creating awareness about global warming, and my quest to do so has not stopped. This time, my mission was clear. A mission impossible. The efficient Hyundai KONA fully electric car would serve as the perfect travel partner. Also sharing my passion to create awareness about climate change, Varun was thrilled about experiencing a road trip to Everest Base Camp for the very first time in his life. Hello, Varun.
So,
Good to meet you.
how are you?
Good. How are you? How was your journey?
Bit of an adventure. I almost missed the flight. I was running from one terminal to the other saying, "Stop the plane, I have to get to base camp."
You know, Varun, I'm so excited
I know.
to go all the way to Mount Everest Base Camp in an electric SUV. It's kind of like a pilgrimage for me to be going there, and I'm excited to do this with you. You know, we human beings are spewing 55 gigatons of carbon emissions into the atmosphere every year. I think that's the message we want to give by doing this in winter and in an electric SUV.
I'm excited as well and I'm a little nervous as well. The question is, who's going to drive first?
I think you should go for it.
And so began a unique journey filled with new experiences, new hopes, and the beginning of a new friendship.
We are in Lhasa,
Right.
right? We cross the Brahmaputra River. From here, we go up to Kambala, come down to the lake, Yamdrukso. In all of this, what we are trying to do and follow the rules of acclimatization.
Okay.
And then from Shigatse down to Shegar.
Okay.
Okay, we can take the route from Segar to Rongbuk Monastery, and on our way out, we can take this dirt road all the way to Tingri.
Right. And what altitude are we starting at and what altitude are we going to finally?
Lhasa is about 12,000 feet, and then we're going to finish at 5,200 meters.
So we're doing approximately 600 kilometers, right?
Being a first-timer to the base camp, I was excited and nervous to get to our destination. But I knew that the journey would be long, and Lhasa was just the beginning. The mission, of course, was to highlight climate change. But for now, we decided to make the most of the acclimatization period.
As I was telling you about the Sawula Palace, amazing structure. It's flanked by these two monasteries. There's the Sera Monastery and the Drepung Monastery.
Okay.
13 stories in all, the Sawula Palace, and it's got 1,000 plus rooms in here. There's 10,000 plus shrines in there.
And sir, I've also heard there's some rubies and some gold also lying in there.
Absolutely.
Can we go get our hands on those?
Absolutely. But the real gold is at Everest Base Camp.
True that. Okay, so you have to tell me, when we greet someone over here, how do you say it? You must be knowing about it.
When you meet people,
Yeah.
whether it's the morning, afternoon, or evening,
Yeah.
you say Tashi Dele.
Tashi Dele. Tashi Dele.
Tashi Dele.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Like Namaste in India.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So I was also reading somewhere that Lhasa is called the solar city of China because apparently it gets 3,000
3,000.
hours of sunshine. Let's have lots of sunshine. Sunshine is important.
Sunshine is important. Right now.
I'm
Winter months, yeah.
treasuring it right now.
Yeah. I think the first 48 to 72 hours while we are acclimatizing here in Lhasa, we got to just take it really easy. So do make it a point to have at least 3 liters of water every day.
Which makes me go to the loo every 15
Well,
minutes.
That's a part of it. That's a part and parcel of being at high altitude.
Yeah.
This is the Jokhang Monastery. One of the oldest and most significant monasteries in Tibet, built in the mid-7th century AD. This monastery has been around for 1,350 years. In fact, the architecture here, Varun, is all wood and stone. Very sustainable for these kind of conditions. We are out for a big expedition to Everest Base Camp. It'll be great to get the blessings. Let's take a minute and get some blessings.
It was imperative to begin the first of its kind green mission with the invocation of blessings with Mother Nature. Soon, the Hyundai KONA was on its way to the foot of the tall and powerful Everest, and its passengers too were charged as ever.
Our journey to Mount Everest Base Camp aimed to be carbon-free and environment-conscious, thanks to the Hyundai KONA Electric SUV. With a driving range of 452 kilometers with one single charge, it ensured a smooth and easy drive, making it a sturdy companion on the hills.
Ajit sir, copy.
Tashi Dele Varun, how are you doing?
Tashi Dele to you too, over.
Are you charged, Varun?
I'm also charged. My car is also charged. Sir, how are you doing? How's the car feeling?
Fantastic, fantastic. Do you know what the temperature is outside? Over?
All I know is it's freaking cold because I'm wearing 2 layers of gloves.
It was minus 10 degrees Celsius when we started.
Sir, if this is the halat over here, what's going to happen up there?
To protect nature, it is important to embrace it in its entirety. And the internal journey began at the all-encompassing Brahmaputra.
The best part is the car is so silent when you switch it on.
That's right, yeah. Hey,
It's
and
so
look at this.
smooth. Yeah.
Yeah, this is stunning. The Brahmaputra River, they call it Yarlung Tsangpo in Tibet. And this emanates from near Kailash, Mansarovar, near Kailash, the holy mountain.
Right.
And that area is the source of 4 great rivers. So you have the Indus,
Right.
after which our country,
Country is
India, is
named,
named. You have the Satluj, then there is the Brahmaputra River, the Yarlung Tsangpo, which flows east through Tibet. What a beautiful day.
So peaceful.
Stunning.
I think we started our drive on the right day, no? And when we started it was minus 10. Now I think it's dropped about 4, which is good.
Which is good. Which is very good.
Yeah. What is that up there?
That's a Gompa, a monastery.
Okay, guys, our road trip has finally begun. We have done about 50 kilometers right now. We're at this beautiful place and
Right by the Brahmaputra River.
right by the. And how many kilometers to go, sir?
I would say another 550 kilometers or so. We are going to cross a beautiful pass called Kambala, which is 4,700 meters.
Soon, the winding roads took the gentleman to witness another breathtaking natural spectacle, the Yamdrok So Lake.
Oh my God.
This lake is Yamdruk So. Yamdruk is the name of the lake. So means lake.
Okay.
And that mountain, do you remember the name now?
No Jin Kang Sang.
Yes, perfect. And it's 7,200 meters high.
I wasn't aware that Himalayan glaciers contain almost 40% of the world's fresh water. And I was also taken aback to know that global warming has led to more than 200 glacial lakes facing the danger of glacial outburst floods. They say that by 2080, almost 80 to 100% of most glaciers covering the Himalayas could melt. In fact, the base camp of Everest has reduced in height and continues to sink each year. With renewed fervor and a will to improve climate change, we tread forward.
The Hyundai KONA will be the first fully electric SUV to scale beyond the height of Everest Base Camp. With the dream of Everest in mind, Ajit and Varun's spirits were high, but temperatures were dipping low.
Ready?
I was born ready, Varun. Let's go.
The drive to Everest Base Camp was proving to be full of adventure. The different shades of life enveloped by the overwhelming beauty of nature prodded us to look inward and stride forward in gratitude.
Checking walkies, Mr. Bajaj.
Doing good, Tashi Dele, Varun.
You have to teach me one more word now, sir.
Tujukse, that's thank you. So what you see on your right is the Gyantse Zong. Now Gyantse, Varun, is a historic town, and this was on the trade route between India and Tibet. For 700 years, we've been able to keep this fort in a relatively good condition, whereas in these last 700 years, what we human beings have done to nature, we have pretty much decimated it. Varun, do you want to go get a good Tibetan meal?
Yeah, that sounds good, sir.
Soon it was time to take a break, to step away from the wheel and dive into a delicious local meal.
There are no Indian restaurants once you get up there.
No, not at this time of the year. Nothing will be
So
open.
this is our last dal chawal meal. So, sir, when was the first time you ever decided that, okay, I'm going to climb Everest?
So one of the people who really inspired me in my life, my daughter Dia and my younger daughter Meghna, we are adventure buddies. And we go out skiing, scuba diving, kayaking. Somewhere along the way, I think my elder daughter, who's been climbing, both of us decided that we wanted to climb Mount Everest.
And then it was time to get back on the road. But first, it was time to take another food break, this time for the Hyundai KONA.
Like my dear friend Ajit sir, many would be surprised to know that the Hyundai KONA Electric SUV has an astonishingly fast charging process and takes lesser time to charge than any average smartphone. That is, up to 80% in less than an hour's time. What's more, it also has a 3-year battery warranty.
With batteries charged and energy levels up, the road was ready and the Everest base camp was calling. But before the Everest could shower its blessings on our travelers, they witnessed another phase of spirituality.
Good long drive. This is so rejuvenating. What a beautiful, beautiful monastery.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful one we've come to.
At the halfway point of our journey, I realized that knowledge and planning is only half the battle won. The other half is faith.
And this is the famous Tashi Lumpo monastery. And it means heap of glory. Tashi Lumpo. This is a Gelugpa sect monastery, the same as the Dalai Lama. And the Panchen Lama, who is the second in the hierarchy of the Gelugpa sect of Buddhism, this is the seat of the Panchen Lama.
This is actually the biggest one, no? Amongst the ones we've
This
seen.
is the largest monastery in Tibet.
Okay guys, it's day 2 of our journey and we're in Shigatse now. We've covered a distance of about 385 kilometers. And how many more to go, sir?
Roughly about 300 kilometers to go, with a few detours that we're going to take.
Of course. Varun Mitra is getting used to the weather. The jacket's open. Mr. Bajaj is getting used to the car. And what's the next stop, sir?
We're going to a place called Segar, also called New Tingri tomorrow.
Is it going to be colder?
You are going to get the most awesome view of some of the high Himalayan giants tomorrow.
One green mission took two strangers and a powerful electric car on a journey of a lifetime. The expedition this far had been eventful and full of joy. With Everest Base Camp almost within grasp, it was time to make the most of the time left. Comfortable in all terrains, the Hyundai KONA was more than ready.
Ajit sir, are you awake or asleep?
We are heading to a beautiful place called Segar. We're going to spend the night there. It's going to be quite cold and wonderful.
Sir, that's all right, but if I stay on this straight road any longer, I'm going to fall asleep on the wheel. So I was thinking of taking a little detour and going off-roading. You want to join me?
Varun, are you sure we should be doing this there? Yeah.
Sir, I'm following you all the way to the Everest. You can follow me into a little bit of dust. Come on.
Okay, bro. Eat my dust.
That's the spirit.
Let's go for it. Rock and roll.
Woo! You're getting good at this, sir. Woohoo! You've done this before, haven't you?
Yes, I have. More on foot than in a car, but loving it.
Want me to slow down so you can catch up with me, sir?
Okay, okay. You ain't seen nothing yet, bro.
Okay, Ajit, sir.
The great Himalayan landscape was not far anymore and welcomed us earnest travelers with open arms.
Look at the view from here, sir.
Wow, beautiful. So, Varun, Komalangma is the Tibetan name for Mount Everest, and it means Mother Goddess of the universe.
Kuamalangma was a dream that was soon going to become reality. I couldn't wait to get there.
Woohoo! This park also has 4 of the highest mountains on the planet. There is Mount Everest, there is Lhotse, there is Makalu, and there is Choyu. And all 4 of these mountains are over 8,000 meters high. Very soon, we are about to enter Komalangma National Nature Reserve. It is managed and administered by local volunteers. If the same thing could happen all over the world, we would be in a much better position to preserve our natural heritage.
I think, sir, we all have to just make a conscious effort of, taking small steps to start with. And that's what everybody really needs to do.
And while Varun and Ajit seemed conscious about preserving the environment, so was their third travel partner, the Hyundai KONA Electric. The KONA's regenerative braking system not only saves battery during long drives, but the car's utility mode allows its utilities to be used even without switching on the vehicle. What's more, it can even give power to small gadgets, making it a valuable travel companion.
Varun, if I may tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just hang on. This is going to be what I call SOS, Scenic overdose syndrome. How was it?
What a drive.
High five.
What a drive.
Just look around. Whoa. Isn't this stunning?
You know, my lips are dry, my throat is dry, but this is totally worth it.
No guts? No
glory.
Okay, should we carry on? Let's go. Varun, it's been an incredible journey so far. We have another 2 days to go before we get to our goal, Mount Everest Base Camp. The temperatures are going to drop down to -20, maybe even -25 near Everest Base Camp with the wind chill factor. Are you ready?
Sir, I was born ready. No, it's been a glorious drive and I'm so glad I've been part of this drive with you. I'm freezing, but the car's doing great. And yeah, I'm looking forward to not just reaching our goal, but to reaching my dream. It was always part of my bucket list and I can't wait to get up there.
Varun, I am so glad that you're feeling better.
So am I. So I think I just needed to have some more water, and because I didn't sleep because of slight breathlessness.
Let's go.
At the last leg of our adventure, the will to touch the foot of Mount Everest was soaring high. So far, the Hyundai KONA Electric's impressive acceleration wasn't pulling me back either. I mean, this car goes from 0 to 100 kilometers in under 10 seconds. And now, it wasn't long before my long-standing dream was going to soon become reality.
Soon, the duo entered the Komolangma National Nature Reserve. Rich in hydropower, light and wind energy resources, its unique culture, appealing landscape and historical sites make it a popular destination for worldwide tourists.
Woohoo!
What's amazing is that you've been up to the summit and you're still excited to see it from here and take a picture.
I am. What do? You know, you see it, it still gets my heart racing a bit. You know, it's a feeling of gratification that it actually happened.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sir, this is by far the best journey of my life.
The Everest had a rather unique way of welcoming our weary travelers. And that was through a unique local performance by its warm and hospitable locals.
Namaste, everybody say namaste.
Chomolungma. Me? I climbed Chomolungma. Chomolungma. You climb also? You climb? Wow, wow. Chomolungma. 50 kilometers from here, that's Chomolungma. And we're going to go close to the base.
It's got a clear view today, huh?
Oh, just look at this stunning mountain scenery. This is what really excites me.
In the lap of nature, at 16,919 feet, our adventurers were truly on top of the world, gazing at the most beautiful painting that Mother Earth had painted.
Heart thumping, mind racing, and eyes moist. I couldn't believe that my dream to reach Everest Base Camp was soon going to be realized. Like a bride lifting a veil for the very first time. There it was, the mighty Everest, with arms welcoming me and blessing me. This was something else.
The journey had finally culminated and the destination was sweet. After reaching Everest Base Camp for the first time, Varun was able to see the effects of climate change through his own eyes. It was time to solidify their pledge. While celebrating being at Everest Base Camp, they soaked it all in with a silent prayer. A prayer for strength to avert nature's wrath.
What was it like, sir, when you were up there?
I get a bit emotional thinking about it. But May 6th last year, I was up there with my daughter Dia, and that was a fantastic feeling to be up there with, hey, Q. We did this together and now we're gonna be buddies for life as well. You know,
trips to come.
that's what adventure does.
Yeah.
I think it brings you closest possible as human beings, and it brings the best out of us. Varun, what you see over there is the Rongbuk Glacier, just below Mount Everest. Sadly, this glacier in the last 80 years has shrunk about 300 vertical feet. So at some stage, the Rongbuk Glacier was right where we are standing. So we are standing on the terminal moraine of the glacier. The glacier has shrunk and gone way, way behind.
And this is happening because of global warming?
This is happening because of the climate crisis and global warming. And I think today, both of us need to make a pledge to each other that we will do whatever we can to help save this beautiful
Absolutely,
planet
sir.
of ours.
That's a promise from my side, sir.
Rebuild the planet and turn it all around so that generations to come could embrace and treasure a journey like Mission Impossible.